What's up, everybody? And I'm gonna do this video on why Filipino martial arts will get you killed in self-defense. Now, I couldn't actually show the footage because it's copyright, but I'm gonna explain to you what happened. Based on what I've seen, actually what I researched. Um, and I'm just gonna go through each case since Filipino martial arts isn't that popular in the U.S. So I just want to go through the cases where Filipino martial artists got attacked. Um, and I'm going to start off with the times that it worked and the times that it didn't work. Um, so Danny Nosano and other people said that, according to them, they were attacked. I don't know. I don't know if they were attacked or not, but they said that they disarmed their knife men and whatnot. And the problem is, we don't know the circumstances of those scenarios. You know, it's one thing to actually see the footage, and it's another thing to go by someone's story. So anytime someone tells you, "Oh, I used Filipino martial arts," or "I used, you know, any martial art," they tell you a story. You got to take it with a grain of salt because, um, you know, they might not be telling you the whole truth. And I'm not calling them liars or anything, um, but it's very easy to misinterpret what they're saying, and I'm kind of cautious myself with the stories I share because I don't want to give people the wrong idea. Um, so that's something that you got to keep in mind. So yeah, we don't know the circumstances of those disarms. We don't know if their attackers were a conscience or drunk or if they were looking, if they were not looking, if they didn't intend on attacking FMA people. We just don't know. So if they were drunk, I could see, them disarming them. If they were armed with knives and the Filipino martial artists had sticks, then yeah, I could see that happening too. Um, but the thing is, we don't actually know. So um, I'd suppose that disarms um, might work in some situations, but I don't see it happening in every situation. So, but really, I want to get down to the cases where other cases where it didn't work. So, according to people who knew Dulce Paris, who was this grandmaster in Filipino martial arts, he was approached by multiple attackers who had knives, and he deflected their knives and stabbed and deflected and stabbed until he got hit from behind with a chair, fell over. His attacker went in, tried to finish him off, stabbed him a couple of times until those of Paris disarmed him, stabbed him, and he passed out. And that's the time where it didn't work. You can find that on the Escrimadores documentary. And yeah, that's really the time it didn't work. Because why? Because Filipino martial arts does not train you to deal with multiple attackers. It's like I keep saying about other videos. They don't train you to deal with multiple attackers. You know, no situational awareness. know dealing with weapons and whatnot and things of that sort. And by weapons, I don't mean knives. I mean guns and other modern Malay weapons, stuff that we see nowadays. Um, yeah, and his friend, someone who knew him, got stabbed too in the back. So yeah, those are the cases where Filipino martial arts um, will don't work that well. And you can find other demonstrations on YouTube where they actually demonstrate why Filipino martial arts is flawed and why the training methods aren't suitable for actual self-defense. They might be suitable for knife fighting, but not actual self-defense because, again, like I keep saying, your attacker isn't going to play fair. He's not going to just take out his knife and spar with you. He or she is going to come at you, you know, with knives or guns or whatever and start attacking you right away. And you're not going to have time to pull out your knife and do all this stuff or stick whatever and do trap or do a fancy disarm or deflect and all this stuff, checking all this stuff that Filipino martial artists teach you. You're not going to have time to do it. You know, the reason why it works in the schools is because they have compliant partners. They have people doing these drills, people who are trained in the same style doing it. One guy throws a perfect strike to the left, other guy checks it with the other hand, with the free hand, and then he slashes with the other hand. That's um, that might look good, but it's not actually practical because most knife attacks don't happen that way. They're repeated strikes, and they're wild and they're out of control. And usually the guy is driving into you. He's not standing in a stationary position, just playing patty cake with his hands. Um, so and again, all that stuff doesn't work under stress. Like once your heart rate reaches a certain level, you're gonna forget about most of your training. If you train with flashy moves, complex sequences and whatnot, um, you're gonna forget about it because your brain gets to a level where it's at the point of shutting down. The stress makes you forget about things that aren't important and makes you focus on the things that are important, like gross motor skills, simple motor skills, and things of that sort. So that's the thing about it is you have to practice simple and efficient techniques that can work in any situation. Um, because that's just how it is. You um, so yeah, that's why Filipino martial arts will get you beaten or up or killed in self-defense. Um, you know, your attacker is gonna be relentless in attacking you. It's not gonna be a fight. You know. So yeah, pretty much what I needed to say. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Like this video, subscribe to my channel. If you want to take a realistic modern self-defense course that deals with weapons, deals with combative anatomy, situational awareness, multiple attackers, all that good stuff. Check out my link below, donate, and I'll see you next week.